Emmerdale's Brenda Walker has unleashed an off-camera twist, leaving Nicola King furious. Brenda exited the village back in April as she headed off on a 3-month cruise with her former stepdaughter, Kathy Hope. While on her new adventure, Brenda sent a letter to Eric Pollard to explain that she wouldn't be returning home. Recently, Nicola King has been struggling to manage the cafe without her business partner. Viewers have seen her enlist the help of Lewis Barton, whose new menu ideas and bubbly personality have proved popular with customers. In today's episode, Lewis' charming superpower continued to increase sales. However, Nicola was stressed about not being able to reach Brenda, despite calling her and leaving multiple messages. "Why should we work our fingers to the bone, while she works her way through the Mounties?" she complained to Jimmy. Later, Ross visited his brother at work and was shocked to learn that Lewis was thinking of leaving the Dales. "Me moving to the village was always gonna be temporary," Lewis explained. "I don't want to be washing coffee cups for the rest of my life. I want to run my own business." The pair explained that Brenda was selling her shares to Lewis, who was delighted to finally become a business owner. But Nicola seemed less than impressed with the news. Will she be able to relinquish some of her power? Last month, Eric Pollard said that Brenda was not coming back to the village. Actor Leslie Dunlop had played the role since 2008. Brenda's exit sparks cafe takeover in Nicola's fury. Life in Emmerdale is never short on drama, and now, a seemingly simple letter from Brenda Walker has ignited a fresh storm in the village. In a shocking off-screen twist, Brenda has made a life-changing decision that not only seals her fate but leaves Nicola King reeling, and possibly fighting for control of the cafe she once co-managed with pride. Brenda's quiet exit from the village may have seemed uneventful at the time, but the full consequences of her departure are only just beginning to ripple through Emmerdale, with unexpected alliances, clashing egos, and a business power struggle that could turn nasty. Brenda's big goodbye, and a cruise that turned into forever. Back in April, Brenda said her farewells as she embarked on a dream 3-month cruise with her former stepdaughter Kathy Hope. At the time, fans were left wondering if this was a temporary break or something more permanent. But while Brenda might have left quietly, her decision to not return has made a loud impact in her absence. During her travels, Brenda penned a heartfelt letter to Eric Pollard, the man who knew her best, letting him know that she was embracing a new chapter in her life, one that doesn't involve Emmerdale. "She's not coming back," Eric solemnly confirmed to others in the village, marking the end of an era. Brenda, portrayed by actress Leslie Dunlop since 2008, had long been a beloved and familiar face in the cafe. Her unexpected decision to sell her shares from afar came as a shock, especially to Nicola King, who had been counting the days until her return. Nicola under pressure, and out of patience. In Brenda's absence, Nicola King has been doing everything she can to keep the cafe running smoothly. But between managing orders, pleasing customers, and juggling her personal life, the stress is mounting. Viewers have watched her gradually unravel, especially as she's been unable to contact Brenda for weeks. Despite leaving numerous messages, Brenda hasn't returned a single call. "Why should we work our fingers to the bone, while she works her way through the Mounties?" Nicola complained bitterly to her husband Jimmy, her frustration palpable. To Nicola, it's not just about the work, it's about loyalty, partnership, and feeling abandoned by someone she trusted. Enter Lewis Barton, the wild-card employee with big ambitions. Amid the chaos, a surprising figure has been stealing the spotlight: Lewis Barton. Since joining the cafe team, Lewis has injected new energy into the business with his fresh menu ideas and infectiously upbeat personality. Customers have responded positively, and Nicola, for all her pride, couldn't deny that sales were improving under his influence. In fact, in today's episode, Lewis' charm seemed to reach superpower levels, wooing customers, boosting morale, and even keeping Nicola from spiraling, at least momentarily. But that feel-good energy came with an expiration date and a bombshell business deal. Just when Nicola thought things might be stabilizing, another twist turned her world upside down. Ross Barton made a casual visit to check in on his brother, only to discover that Lewis had plans to leave the village altogether. "Me moving to the village was always gonna be temporary," Lewis admitted. "I don't want to be washing coffee cups for the rest of my life. I want to run my own business." His confession stunned Ross, and it didn't take long for the real surprise to drop. Brenda, it turns out, had made a deal behind the scenes. She was selling her shares of the cafe to Lewis. The ambitious barista-turned-businessman was overjoyed at the prospect of finally becoming his own boss. For Lewis, it was the golden opportunity he had been waiting for. But for Nicola, it was a betrayal that cut deep. Nicola's world is shaken. Can she let go of control? When the news hit Nicola, her face said it all. While she kept her tone measured, it was clear that the decision didn't sit well with her. Brenda's quiet exit had now morphed into a full-blown business restructuring, one that happened without Nicola's input. The woman who had been running the cafe day in and day out, fielding customer complaints, and maintaining operations, had been left out of the most pivotal decision yet. Nicola has always prided herself on being sharp, competent, and most importantly, in control. The idea of sharing the reins with someone like Louis, who waltzed in and made an impression in just a few weeks, is a bitter pill to swallow. And Brenda's silence? That may hurt most of all. The power struggle begins. Is Nicola ready for a showdown? With Louis preparing to take on a larger role, questions swirl around how the cafe will function going forward. Will Nicola be able to accept Louis as her equal, or will her controlling instincts cause friction? Can Louis rise to the occasion as a co-owner, or will he buckle under the pressure of full responsibility? And most intriguingly, is this the beginning of a new rivalry in Emmerdale? Nicola is no stranger to conflict. She's fought her way through council meetings, family drama, and more than one local feud. But this is different. This is her pride, her identity, and her stability on the line. With Brenda gone and no longer answering calls, Nicola is left with no choice but to face this new chapter on her own. But with Louis eager to implement new ideas and modernize the cafe, sparks are almost guaranteed to fly. A farewell to Brenda, and the legacy she leaves behind. For longtime fans of Emmerdale, Brenda Walker's departure marks the end of a beloved character's journey. Since 2008, Leslie Dunlop has brought warmth, humor, and strength to the role. Whether she was serving coffee with a smile, supporting her daughter Jenny through heartbreak, or standing her ground in village drama, Brenda was a constant in an ever-changing world. Her decision to sail away and never look back may feel abrupt, but it's also strangely fitting. Brenda always danced to the beat of her own drum, and in the end, she made a choice that served her happiness. Now, she leaves behind a cafe in flux, a village full of questions, and a business partner struggling to redefine her role. What comes next for the cafe and Nicola? The future of the cafe and Nicola's role in it is wide open. Will Louis bring in a younger crowd with trendy drinks and bold ideas? Or will he quickly realize that managing a business in Emmerdale is a different beast entirely? More importantly, will Nicola learn to adapt, or will she push back hard, risking yet another falling out? And what of Brenda's absence? Will the villagers accept her decision quietly, or will someone demand answers, closure, or confrontation? Final thoughts. Change is brewing in Emmerdale. In a soap known for its dramatic exits and jaw-dropping twists, Brenda's quiet departure and off-camera decision might be one of the most emotionally subtle, yet impactful, turns of recent months. She may be gone from the screen, but her influence lingers. In a single letter, she's shaken the foundation of a village business, redefined relationships, and triggered a power struggle that's only just beginning. As Emmerdale moves into a new era, one thing is certain. Nicola King is not going down without a fight.